Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome once again to Walk the Talk Sports. On this sunny, beautiful May day, we are at the bocce courts, and as people know, it's Alex and I home away from home. This is it. So we have a lot of sports to talk about. We have the Kentucky Derby. You're going to start already. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Tradition is south of the Big Apple.
Okay, all right.
No,
okay. You could do that.
No,
you could do that.
I'll mess it up. I like the ending. Go ahead.
All right. I'm sorry. I was in the city all morning, and I just, but I will take it, and here we go. Walk the Talk Sports, ladies and gentlemen, is the best talk show south of the Big Apple, east of the city of brotherly love. And once again, here we are, and let's get started. What do you think of that?
All right.
I'm going to start off with the big story last Saturday, the Kentucky Derby. Mage was a 15-1 odds, to win the Kentucky Derby. She came in first. Two Phils came in second, and Angel of Empire came in third. We celebrated the Kentucky Derby at Willow. Mary put on a fine show as far as the Derby is concerned, and we even had this gentleman dressed up in the garb as the bugle player, singing, once they start the races. Frank Hughes, fantastic job. And eventually, hopefully, we'll have him on our show because he has some good stories to talk about. Because he at one time was the bugle player for races at Monmouth Racetrack. But then we'll get into that. So then moving on, we are going to talk about football. NFL football. That's right, Alex. We're going to see who drafted who and what happened. But briefly, I'm going to start off with the Giants. They had the 25th pick. They picked up Desante Banks, I think it is, a cornerback. Correct me, Sam, if I'm wrong. And on the second pick, they picked up an offensive lineman / center, John Michaels, which is, apparently the sports writers, the experts said the Giants had a good draft. The Jets were a C+, but I don't think so because I'm a Jet fan. But in their first round, they switched with Green Bay, moving out of the 13th spot up back to the 15th spot. They picked up Will McDonald, an edge rusher. And also on their second pick, they picked up Joe Tippin, an offensive lineman center, which they wanted to do that in the 15th pick, but as usual, New England and Bill Belichick put the screws to the Jets once again. But we're going to get even this year on that part. But the Eagles, if there are any Eagle fans out there, they had a great draft. They had their 10th pick, Jalen Carter, a defenseman lineman. And then they drafted Nolan Smith, an edge rusher. But they made a big trade for DeAndre Swift, great running back from the Detroit Lions, who I guess he was on the outs, but they made a good move on that. And of course, everyone knows the top pick, Bryce Young, quarterback, went to the Panthers. Second pick, C.J. Stroud, quarterback, went to the Texans. And just the third pick, Will Anderson, edge rusher, Alabama, went to the Texans also. So that's football. Add anything you want about your San Diego Chargers.
L.A. Chargers. No, I'm not going to get it. You know what? All the fans, all the folks sitting in the bleachers, including yourself, they either wear that green helmet or the one with the G on it or the Giants on it.
Wait. It's geographic, right? Where do we live? On the East Coast? Am I right? Am I right? Okay.
I know. Good. I'm not going to get into depth about it. I'm going to let it be a surprise. This is the year. I know it is. We did have the 21st pick. I know we picked a wide receiver out of TCU. TCU seemed to be the college of choice for the Chargers this year. I think we got 2 receivers out of TCU, and we actually got their quarterback for a backup for Herbert. And, and then along the way we got some edge rushers and the linebacker and a couple folks. But I'm not in any great details. I'll wait as we get closer. It is upon us. It's coming close.
And don't forget, the schedule comes out this week.
Schedule comes out this week.
Can't wait for that.
Somehow Sammy Cobra knows some of the schedule.
Right. Well, you can know the schedule because certain teams play against, different divisions. Like we play the West this year. The Jets go out. We play Kansas City. We play the Raiders. We play yours truly. So, and then I think we play the Giants division. So, as a team that didn't make the playoffs, for some reason the Jets always have a tough schedule. I just can't figure it out, folks. Any help out there? I don't know. Go ahead.
That's all I got for football.
All right,
I'm not going to talk a whole lot about the Chargers right now.
You want to speak? We'll get into golf.
Let's go basketball.
Okay.
I'm just going to run across. We had last night the Heat beat the Knicks.
Yeah.
So they went up on that series 3-1. The Lakers.
Yeah, that's
for everybody that thought LeBron was just an old man.
Yeah, I was one of them.
104-101 against the Warriors. They lead that series 3-1. Tonight we got yours truly, the Phoenix Suns, tied up at 2-2 against the Nuggets, and you have your 76ers at tied up 2-2 against the Celtics. They play this evening. So we'll see. It's just exciting NBA basketball right now. It's exciting to watch the Suns. The Nuggets are giving them I'm worried about it. The Nuggets got a deeper lineup. They're a little bit deeper as the game goes on. But we'll see what happens. That series is tied at 2-2.
Yeah, well, this is the big game.
You see in the last game, you had, what's his name?
Booker?
For the Nuggets. Jokic? Jokic. He got into a little altercation in the audience.
He shoved, yeah.
And the person he happened to throw an elbow to was the owner of the Suns. And so, obviously, but the owner of the Suns, being the good guy as he is, he told the NBA, you know what, there's no need to suspend him. Let's get the games. Let's keep playing. They did fine him, I think $25,000, but no suspension. Game will go on. We'll see what happens.
So he's a good owner. I mean, when we went out in Phoenix, I remember we saw some interviews with him when they got Durant.
Yes.
And really, I like that type of owner.
Yeah.
Really. And for his players, yes.
So that's all I got for basketball right now.
All right, hockey. Well, the New York Rangers, they lost to the Devils, and when you lose to a local, one of your rivalries here, well, it looks like they blamed the coach. And Gerard Gallant got fired. Now the Rangers are in shopping for a new head coach. Where they go for experience. I would go for the coach they have in the minor leagues. I think he earned his stripes. So we'll see how that goes. But as far as the rounds, listen, they're down to 8 teams. The Hurricanes, Devils, that's going to be a good series. Another series that could go 7. And then you have the Panthers. The Florida Panthers, folks. The last seed to make the playoffs beat the top seed, and now they have a 3-0 advantage over the Toronto Maple Leafs, who are a much higher seed also. So that's the sleeper. Really, you know what? Sometimes it's not the best teams that wins. It's the team that is playing the best. And right now, Florida Panthers, man, you can't stop them. Really, they're running on all cylinders. And as far as the other conference in the West, Las Vegas, I think, won 2 games. They went up 2-1 last night. They beat Edmonton in Edmonton, which Edmonton had a phenomenal game in Game 2 in Vegas. I don't know what happened to them. And in the other series, it's show the heck. The Seattle Kraken, a second year in the league. And they are beating the Dallas Stars. They were ahead 2-1, but still a lot of hockey to go. But I'm excited. Like I said before in many episodes, there is nothing like playoff hockey. So that is hockey. Okay. Now, soccer. For you soccer fans out there, Diane? Okay, my team, Napoli, won the Italian Serie A division. Hallelujah, the first title in 33 years. Since, now let me ask the audience here. Did you ever hear the name or know the name Diego Maradona?
Yes.
That's it. Okay. Well, he's the player years ago that Naples signed to play with them, and he put them back on the map. So, like I say, congratulations to Naples as far as the Italian League. And now we go to the Premier League. Okay. Now, it's almost over, correct, Diane?
Yeah.
But the top 5 teams, Manchester City, Arsenal, Newcastle United, Manchester United, and Liverpool. Jumping over to the Champion League. I think today it's Real Madrid is facing Manchester City today at 3 o'clock. And I think tomorrow AC Milan plays Inter Milan. I think it's the first round or the first game of the semifinals because they play 2 games. So that is soccer and that is the championship, that Champion League. Let's go to baseball. Start it off.
Baseball.
Go ahead.
I mean, definitely, I'm going to, as Rob was saying, we're so early in the season. You know, nothing's really going to start happening here until after the All-Star break. So I'm not going to talk a lot of trash. I will say last night that the Yankees won. Mets and Padres had the night off. But tonight you got the Mets are playing the Reds. Padres are playing the Twins. And you have the Yankees, for you Yankee fans, especially Mr. Murphy out there. You're playing the A's. Worst team in baseball, 8 wins. So I guess he should be proud of himself. They won last night.
I'm not a Yankee fan. You can ask Chuck. I don't know. I don't know about that.
Still, best
season.
teams in the majors, Tampa Bay Rays in the American League with 29 wins. And in the National League, the Braves with 24 wins. 2 top teams in both American and National League. And that's all really got. I don't really want to. I'm not going to start boasting about my Padres. We got a lot of season left, and we're going to come on strong.
You know, somebody mentioned this on TV yesterday. I think it was one on the MLB network that it's hard this year because teams in the division, your own division, you don't play as often. You know, they spread it out. We play everybody, you know, and honestly, I don't like that. I think they should stick to what football does. Each year it changes to what conference or what division your team is going to play. I mean, baseball, you don't play, you're like the Red Sox play the Yankees less. The Mets play the Braves less. You play the Dodgers less. I mean, does that make sense?
It doesn't.
No.
It doesn't.
There you go. I mean, then why have a World Series? If you're going to play each other a lot during the regular season, why are we having a World Series? Doesn't make sense. But look, like Alex said, the Mets and Yankees are still stuck in the mud. The Phillies are starting to get some gas. They're moving on. And before we get off of baseball, just sad news, Vida Blue, good pitcher, great pitcher for the Oakland A's in their heyday, passed away at the age of 73. Yeah, I remember Vida Blue with Catfish Hunter and those days with the Dynasty. Yep. He had that kick, right? He had that high kick, but 73 years old. So that is baseball. Okay. Go ahead. Take it away.
Going to golf?
Yeah.
Golf. We'll just talk about last week, Wells Fargo Championship. You had Wyndham Clark shooting a final round 3 under for a 68 to win the Wells Fargo. I think this week we have the AT&T Byron Nelson down in Texas, and then moving on, and that's just PGA. But moving on, then this week we also have Live Golf is in Tucson, Oklahoma. So that'll be this weekend. Obviously, we've talked about Live Golf several times on the show.
That's the Saudi Arabia kind of league, but they have good golfers. Yep. It's a good field of golfers they have.
If you haven't watched it or you don't want to at least take a peek at it, it's actually a lot of fun to watch them. And I will tell you, both Bocce Galoop and myself got our emails invited to come to the Live Golf Tournament in Bedminster and work the tournament with the Live Golf folks.
With the pros, that's right.
With the pros.
That's right.
So, that's right.
And hopefully there'll be a guys' weekend.
That's right.
You know, we'll get a room up there. Alex and I, we can snore all we want.
That's right.
That's it.
Another sleepless weekend. But I can promise you, the sisters they're on our tails. They said,
oh yeah.
They're not ready to let us loose for a weekend. So who knows? They might end up with us, but hopefully not. Hopefully they're just guys. But yep, that's coming up, and I might as well just talk about a couple. So that's August.
Yes, that's August 11th to the 13th. Yes.
That we got our emails to come and be a part of that.
I'm excited.
We have a road trip this weekend. While we're talking about road trips, we're going to Pittsburgh. That Priscilla and I's grandson, who lives in Florida, is actually playing in a national tournament of hockey in Pittsburgh. So we're taking a little road trip. I don't know, maybe last time we were on a road trip, Mike, we had the girls, they gave us they filmed us a little bit, and we threw it onto the show. Maybe we'll do a little.
Filmed him, not me.
They filmed me.
Filmed him, because he was out of control.
But so that's this weekend in Pittsburgh. Then I will put some. I think I've already put a little information out there, but October 7th, and I think I talked about this before, and I'll follow up. We are going to do another road, not so much a road trip. We're going to be on the ferry, but we are going to, just a reminder, Walk the Talk is going to be a part of it. We're going to go up to West Point and watch an Army play Boston College October 7th. So I will have some information out for the folks that want to join us. We had a great group last year join us. Hopefully it'll be bigger this year. It's a blast. We all get on the ferry. Beautiful ride up to West Point.
It's a nice time of year, the fall.
Beautiful,
it really
beautiful
is.
Time. Walk around West Point, go to the game. Incredible on the ferry Bloody Marys. Not as good as Sammy Cobra's, but great Bloody Marys on the ferry. And it's a great day. It's a lot of fun. So a lot of road trips coming up for Walk the Talk. A lot of road trips. So that's all I have really with golf is Live. I'm going to touch, I don't have a lot of college other than I do want to touch on. I was reading something and it's awesome. I just don't have a real love for it. It's funny because one of our other 13th grandchildren who's in college, who goes to University of Colorado, he's always calling Priscilla and I and bragging about Colorado Buffaloes this, and now they got Dion, and it's just a mess. But I was reading something, Rob, and I find it fits Dion, because I think
see, Deion Sanders is the football coach now for Colorado. So they're all going.
Everybody's rooting. So
yes.
Dion is Dion's got some arrogance about him that I don't like. But I was reading an article today that he's had 57 players enter the portal since he became the coach. That means he's got 57 players that say, you know what, I've changed my mind about Colorado. I'm going to get into this portal and try to go play somewhere else. So, Dion, I don't know what he's doing. I know he
that's not a good thing.
It's not a good thing. He comes on board. He's very his coaching style is a very arrogant coaching style. I read on his Twitter that he bashed the NFL owners. Because only one HBCU player was picked in the draft, and so he's got it's just stuff about him. I don't know, just little college football stuff I've been reading.
And I'm very surprised the athletic committee, the department, really, because they vote on that, who to bring in, and I can't see it. We'll see.
So little college information there on Dion. So go ahead, what do you got?
I'm good, you go.
I'm going to keep going?
Yeah, you go, you got it. You got the mic.
Then I'm going to jump into some NASCAR. So NASCAR this last weekend, we just had it down the road at Dover Motor Speedway, and Martin Truex Jr. won that race. You know anything about Martin Truex Jr.?
No, I don't, sir. To be honest with you, I don't.
Anybody know anything about Martin Truex Jr.?
He's from New Jersey.
Thank you.
Very good.
Thank you. Yep.
He been zero in on Manahawkin. Way to go, Peg.
Was born in Stanford Township.
Very good.
Truex Jr.
All right. Did you know that before?
Absolutely. Absolutely, I knew that. So, little.
So somebody from the West Coast that he says it's all going on about us knew about this. Somebody from the East Coast. Okay,
Yes.
that's good.
Yeah.
Good.
So that's NASCAR.
All right.
So, go ahead.
No, I'm cleaned up.
That's
I'm
it?
good. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've never,
I'm silenced.
for somebody that the beginning of the show just rattles on and rattles.
I get everybody riled up. You have
Holy
to.
crap. All right. I do have some high school stuff. So we had and Sam loves high school stuff. So we had the Shore Conference tournament seeds, their baseball tournament. So I'm going to give you the top seeds in the Shore Conference of their tournament was, again, remember you couldn't believe it last show.
Rainy.
Number 1 seed. Red Bank Catholic,
Still.
number 2. Donovan Catholic, number 3.
He moved up.
Rumson Fairhaven,
4.
number 4. Jackson Memorial, number 5 seed.
Wow. CBA dropped.
Yep.
Okay.
Your team dropped. And our Manchester Hawks, the 21st seed in the tournament. So, there we
Well,
go.
it could be a long shot. You never know.
You never know. You never know. That's a little bit of a high school baseball. What do I got here? Just a little follow-up. We talked about, it's something that we need to do this year. I'm determined to go. Obviously, we went to a Manchester game. Everything is about us is Manchester. But I really want to go to a Toms River North football game.
I can arrange that.
So Toms River North, I think we had talked about them. They were the state champions in football last year. Went undefeated at, I believe it was 14-0.
Oh, they got that kid.
They have incredible.
Yeah,
I don't
talent.
I don't know who's going to beat them for the next 3 years. So I mean, most of their players were sophomores, juniors. They had he was a sophomore last year. He'll be a junior. He's got 2 more years. Jalen Matthews. He's already given his verbal commitment to play in the Big Ten for Penn State.
Penn State.
6'6", 300-pounder. He was a sophomore last year. He's going to be a junior this year.
Good, he's going to stay local.
Yeah, I
Penn
think
State.
their
Good for him.
entire line, none of them were under 300 pounds at Toms River North.
High school.
So, 14-0. This kid he's had letters as a sophomore from Georgia, Ohio State, Miami, Rutgers, and I just read that he's verbally committed to Penn State. So he's still got 2 more years of high school football. Then the big one, and I think we had talked about him. This kid was just phenomenal, and obviously I've already read his stats in one of the previous shows. But Toms River North's quarterback, Micah Ford, he's got 1 more year. He's going to be a senior this year. Last year he became their quarterback because their quarterback got hurt. His position is defensive back. This kid broke every record you could think of. He was the Player of the Year, NewJersey.com Player of the Year. He confirmed Tuesday that he plans to continue his football career at Stanford University.
Wow.
So he's got 1 more year. I'd love to go watch him this coming
Stanford.
year at Toms River North. But those are just 2 of the players, is my understanding. There's at least 7 or 8 players that have commitments to college.
Let me just say this. Here's a university, Rutgers University, that is in the Big Ten. These kids are homegrown in your own backyard, and they just fly away. I could see Stanford, okay, that had to be a reach. That's fine. But Penn State is in your conference. Where are you, Shani? Where are you, man? Where's your recruiting? Not like Patino from St. John's. He's getting them. That's right, in basketball, but I don't understand. But good for those. I mean, congratulations to those kids. They're going to be exciting to watch their college careers.
We'll have to
once
get
they
out there
get there. Yep.
and watch them play this year.
So you want to go to a Toms River North game?
Toms River North.
Okay. All right.
We'll go check it out. So other than that, the few road trips we have, at the beginning we did mention we can see we're outdoors today, but we are playing at the present LVW Bocce Stadium. That hopefully the next time we film outdoors, this will be no longer. But we'll just leave that up to your imagination.
Right. Before we stop talking about our upcoming events, the next outdoor show for us is where?
Pinnacle Bank. I wasn't telling you a story.
BYOC.
Yeah, we're going to be in the parking lot out there at Pinnacle Bank. Give them a little love. They've given us a lot of love.
Yes.
And
yes. That's nice. That's good. That is great. Good.
So we'll be out there.
All right. Now, remember what I said before. Audience, it's your turn. Any questions? Anything off the top of your head? About Alex, about me, about sports? Anything.
Oh, here we go.
You got 2 minutes, Chuck.
For the Jets,
Yes.
Aaron Rodgers still is not going to play in the preseason.
You know that for a fact?
He said it. He's not going to play in the preseason. So how do you think that's going to work out with somebody that's just joining a new team, has no chemistry with any of the players?
Well, he'll have chemistry because he's at the camps now, and I think he's going to go back to the West Coast, I think, for a few weeks. But being a Jet fan, knowing our history, it doesn't bother me because we always wait for the other shoe to hit, so he wants to play it safe. That's all right. He'll be ready. That's all I'm going to say. He'll be ready. Yes, go ahead, Sam. Step up to the mic. 2 minutes, please.
You know what, though, before Sam answers, there is a quarterback that will play all preseason, and he plays for the Los Angeles Chargers.
What's his name?
So just click on and watch.
Yeah, just click on and watch, and they'll get eliminated the first round like they do every year. So it's okay. Just click it on. Go ahead, Sam. What do you got for me, Sam?
Okay, before I ask a question, I have a little comment to your question about why Rutgers doesn't grab the homegrown athletes. If you look at Rutgers Stadium, there's 35,000 seats. You look at Michigan, there's 113,000. You look at Ohio State, I think it's 110. You look at all the rest of the Big Ten, they're massive schools, and they wine and dine these kids. And
well,
Rutgers,
I understand that. They're bigger schools, state schools. But that conference, they spread the wealth as far as TV contracts, all that. Well, I mean, really.
You said Penn State and Rutgers. Have you ever seen Happy Valley?
Oh, yeah. I've been there.
Gorgeous.
Never for a football game, but I've been there.
But I mean, their facilities are incredible.
But
I saw Michigan's facilities.
Oh, no, Michigan you can't.
It's just beyond
Ohio
belief.
State you can't touch. Well, I mean, that's...
Rutgers is like a large high school.
But here is a quarterback that could be somebody, and this is a position where they haven't had a quarterback. I can't remember the last quarterback they had. Defense, they're good, Rutgers, but get a quarterback.
But the quarterback out of Tom's River, he signed with Stanford as a DB. So he's going to be defensive back. He's not going to play the quarterback.
Now, my
position.
question is this. I'd like your opinion as to why in the biggest market in the world, two teams like the Yankees and the Mets can't get out of the basement.
Oh, I'd like to know that answer too.
How could that be possible?
Well, I'm a Met fan, and on the Mets aspect, like I said before, they have a kid from the mailroom as a GM. And look, the bank is too big for him. It's way over his head. You need a banker to run that kind of money. And the owner doesn't see it. He's a finance guy. I don't understand. I just don't understand.
They're spending the money.
But they're not spending the money the right way. You're spending the money on two 40-year-olds. He talked about when he first took over the club, I want to build up my minor league. I want to be like the Dodgers. I want to do this. Well, we got nobody in the pipeline as far as pitching, and they won't call up their young. They won't call up their young kids for what reason?
Yep.
Listen, it's time. Look, and I hate to say this, but Buck, I'm very disappointed. Very disappointed. He sticks with the veterans too long, and like I said, he hasn't got kicked out of a game since he became a Met manager.
Yep.
He should. Get up there, Buck.
And finally,
but Sam, before you answer that, in defense, and I can't believe I'm defending the Mets. Like
Thank you.
Like
Thank
Rob,
you, Mike.
Rob says,
It's
I mean,
on tape, you know.
it's still early. I mean, you can't. I mean, if you look at the Padres, I'm still sitting in third place, and look at the money we spent. You know, we're paying Tatis, we're paying Soto, we're you know, we got Bogarts, whatever, at shortstop.
That's a good
We've got
pickup. You got Bogart.
Manny at third. We put out a ton of money, and I think it'll pay off. I think they're all going to heat up here in the next few months. So I think that's. I mean, it's still early, but I mean, I understand what you're saying.
Look at the Yankees. Look at what they did in the playoffs last year. Okay, it was ridiculous.
Right.
They couldn't buy a hit.
You know,
And finally, there's one more thing. I don't know if you realize it. At least I heard. I believe it's true. But Ron Marinaccio, his grandmother lives here.
Oh, how nice.
wow.
That's what I heard.
We got to get her. We got to get her to join the bocce club.
He's from Tom's River, isn't he?
I think so.
Yeah. His grandmother lives in this village.
Work on that, Sam, for us. Come on, Sam.
Great show, guys. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sam.
Guys, anybody else? Thank you, Chuck.
My pleasure.
Peg, you got anything? Sue, any questions?
No,
All right, I guess that's a good wrap.
no- nothing from the soccer lady.
It's on TV all the time.
Well, so is pickleball. Pickleball's been on TV. That's it.
Cornhole.
So,
Well, I guess that's it, brother. We're good?
Yes.
I think-
All right,
I
that's
think
a
we're
wrap
good.
on this
Yeah.
beautiful sunny day on the bocce courts. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Audience, thank you for the questions. Thanks for being here. And like Mike mentioned before, our next show is at Pinnacle in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
On Tuesday at 3 p.m., same time. And hopefully I will be on time. So, everyone, remember, keep it between the lines.